everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson's Soapery. Today I thought I'd take you along as I'm going to be painting some bath bombs. So for those of you that do not have an air sprayer, do not panic. I'm not going to be using one. I'm going to be showing you an easy way to do it without the machine. I do not have that particular air machine. I will look at buying one later on, but for now I definitely don't have one. So what we're going to be doing is painting all these little darlings. I have several trays of them, and so some will be spraying and then some we will hand paint. So all I've done to finish these off, if you can see these, this is a big one, but they're all just done in white with my typical recipe, kaolin clay, and of course the center or whatever you want to use. These ones are pretty strong, you know, for one that is used with like an oil base. So I use a lot of oils in my bath bombs because I want to keep them beautiful and luxurious. So that's why I do it. But if you want a super duper hard one, basically use a lot of water, mostly water in your mix. That's my suggestion. And not a lot of oils. And of course the cream of tartar is really important as well. But anyway, get on to the job of painting these. So like I said, they're all done in white. Some of them, like this massive big one, if you can see, it's really big on the side. So it is quite a big one. This one does have a rainbow colored embed, but generally the rest of them don't, because these are going to be milk baths. So when I say milk baths, they have a lot of milk in them and no SLSA. For some of my customers don't want that. So for this, I have a bit of goat's milk in them and powdered milks, and that will combat that to still give it a bit of foaming. But you know, won't have the SLSA. So let's get started. So all you need to start these, of course, is your bath bombs. They need to be totally dry. Leave them for at least 24 hours before you're going to be painting them. Then what we'll need is one of these little spray bottles. You can get this from your little cheapy shop. I think I paid $1.50 for one of these. It's just plastic. And then basically, you know, you can put all of your liquids that we're going to add in here. And of course, just your little sprayer at the top. So we'll take this off so I can show you. So if you can see, that's a tiny little sprayer at the front. So we'll pop that back in there. And all we're going to be doing for this is literally mixing some rubbing alcohol, or isopropyl, which is its real name. And then we're going to be mixing that with either a bit of mica. So I use cosmetic grade micas from Sudoff in Australia. But if you have other micas you can use, like I said, cosmetic grade ones, make sure that they are okay for the bath. You can use those, or you can also mix some dyes as well. Dyes, generally you'll be mixing this with water, but you can also mix it with alcohol, and that way this will give you a little rainbow color on top of your plain bath bombs if you want that. So we'll do a couple in each just to show you exactly what I'm doing, and then on top of that, you know, we can paint them. So if you want, you know, say you've got one like this and you want to spray it all pink and then do the dyes or something later, you can definitely do that. If you decide that you want to do multicolors, I would say get 4 or 5 of these at once. I only bought one, and I do have a bigger spray one as well. But predominantly, I thought I will paint over the top. So I'm just going to spray them one color and so on. But for my unicorn ones, I may actually do them a little bit different. So anyway, let's get started, and I'll explain exactly how I'm going to be doing this as I go along. This one won't be a super duper long video because obviously I've already made the bath bombs. You guys have watched me make the bath bombs. If you don't know how I make them, please go on to one of my other videos. I think I have about 65 different videos all up, and there's a number of them on bath bombs, and I do give you the recipe. So I will give you the recipe and the exact amounts of what I'm mixing here as we go along, and I'll also pop it into the description. So don't worry, it will be there for all of you, and I will put all the links of all the colors and things that I'm using. I won't be able to put the link for this because the place I get it is just a discounted shop, and they actually don't have a website. So but you can get them online. Synergy is a company in Australia, a plastic company where you can buy these in bulk as well. So you can go on to Synergy or TK Plastics, that's another one as well, to find anything like this. But anyway, let's get going. And I'm also going to be popping in a tiny bit of mica, glitter on top. This is also from Sudoff. It's biodegradable, so great for the environment and no issues going down the tub. Also, if you're using biodegradable, it doesn't get stuck to the tub compared to normal glitter. So that's just something for your reference. But anyway, I'll organize all this, I'll pop the camera down, and let's get started doing something amazingly fun. All right, everyone, I'm back again. So you can see all my bath bombs in front of me. So I'll show you the ones we're going to be doing. So I do have these cute little ones here, which these are tiny baby booties. I mean, how adorable are these ones? So all I've done with these were actually just a cheap plastic chocolate mold. And that's what I actually used to make those. So, yeah, as you can see, they're just really adorable. And then I do actually have these little ones here. These are like a little Nemo type fish, I guess you could say. I'm sorry about my light going off and on. The globe has gone, so I need to buy a new one. But anyway, so we're going to be doing those. So the Nemo ones, or I'm not going to call them Nemo. We'll call them clownfishes. So the clownfish, with these ones here, we're going to just spray them in an orange mica. And then later on, I will paint the stripes and so on top of them just to make them a little bit cute. And then we do have these ones. These ones, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. You can see this is my cracked one, but this will be my test, so that's okay. The rest of them aren't cracked, as you can see here. So, and they're really cute, and they do have like little bits of texture around the top, so we might give that texture bit, you know, a little gold or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. We may even pop a stencil over the top because the stencils will be really, really cute. If you have a pre-cut machine, you could actually get a stencil, make your own stencil out of that. And all you need to do is you can just use contact paper, and then you're basically just going to sit it on top. But I'll show you how I'm going to stencil that one later as well. And then on here, we're going to be doing these little unicorns. I mean, these are so popular. I don't usually spray these. Usually I just, you know, mix the colours and pop them in. But today I thought I might do something different, and I'm going to do an edging in gold on those. And then this one here is my cloud rainbow one. Usually I do this in, this one's a glitter, and then I do this one in just all pink. But today I thought I'll actually do a rainbow one because this month, of course, is, you know, Pride month, so I will actually be doing that one as well for my daughter. She will absolutely love that one. And then I do have this little special one here, which is my Darth Vader one. He does have rainbows inside him. And now this one here was a little bit of a tester that I did. So it's a baby bottle, if you can see. It's really cute. The only thing is this top is very thin. But this one I actually did. This was a chocolate mold that cost me $5 for 2 molds. So it was really, really cheap. But, I mean, look how adorable that one is. So we'll see how we're going to go with this. I do have a little granddaughter who's 1, so maybe I'll make something, I don't know, like that for my daughter. My daughter will think that's very cute, which is her mum. But anyway, so I've showed you all of these. So we're going to move them all aside. And today we will concentrate on our little fish. Like I said, it is a clownfish, predominantly clownfish, orange with black stripes. And we will be doing him like a clownfish. I think it's good to keep him like that. But then, you know, I might just do something a little bit different on his eyes or his little fins. But we'll see what we're going to do, won't we? We'll make it really fun. So I'm just going to put down some paper towel because obviously I'm going to be spraying and I don't want to spray my whole bench. So if you have lots of trays, which I think I have about 20 or so of these trays, these ones also, if anyone's wanting to know, they're just from Kmart in Australia, which is like Walmart in the US. They're about $3. So they're super duper cheap. They're absolutely amazing cheap. So I'm just going to get my paper towel now. And I will set up my workstation. So from here, I'm just going to be popping down, like I said, some paper towel. And then we will pop the fish on here. So I'm going to pop it that way so you can see the fish. So he'll be opposite way for me, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter, does it? And then, like I said, from here, we're actually going to be spraying the fish. And they're going to be so cute. And I didn't get enough paper towel. So let me just grab another little bit here. And we will pop him down here. And I thought I better get going with this project because tomorrow I'm actually going to be picking up my dad. My dad's going to come and stay with me for a couple days. My dad actually has cancer, so sometimes he just comes and stays with me, which is really lovely. He sort of goes between me and my brother's house and my other sister. But anyway, I thought I would do these and then I'll show my dad how cute they are. He'll love them. He'll think they absolutely are gorgeous. But anyway, I thought we'll get going with these clownfish, and let me move them a weeny bit closer to you so that you can see them now that I messed up my beautiful pile of making it all look gorgeous. But anyway, hopefully you can see them now, and I'll bring you back in just a moment. I'm just going to put a little bit more here just so I don't spray my bench. And like I said, and then we'll get started with these. But I'll show you each of them as we go along. And hopefully you enjoy this little video, because when I first wanted to do this, I really couldn't find anything that was showing me how to actually do these. So anyway, I've done a little bit of research, and I'm going to tell you I'm no expert at doing it, 100% no expert. But, you know, I'm sure that I can show you something so that we can all make some gorgeous ones without an air sprayer. Anyway, let's go. All right, everyone, so to start with, you just need a little cup that we're going to be mixing everything in, and then, of course, a tablespoon measurer. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this. And then on top of that, I do have my alcohol. So this is the particular one I'll use. I'm just going to pop the camera up so I can show you. So this is the one that I actually use. This is 100%, and this is like a hospital grade isopropyl. So it is really amazing. I bought it online. It was really cheap. It was not expensive at all. I think this 5-litre one cost me about $30. So super affordable. And I really do advise that you get this. It's a professional use one. I'll see if I can find the links to pop it down below so that you can actually find the company that sell this. But it's been amazing for me, and I really love it. And of course, because this is 100%, you don't need to worry about the water affecting the bath bombs. So I'm just going to pop this back down again. So now, because obviously if this is like less than 91%, it can activate a bath bomb. So you want it to be as close to 100 as you can get. So if you can get 91% or something, definitely better. And I've just cut the paper towel to put a little bit on the edge. You can double it if you like, but this is not a kitchen. This is a studio kitchen. Only soap gets made here. So now what we're going to do in here is, obviously I've got my mica. So this is my orange mica that I'm going to have here. So we want to put about 1 tablespoon of the mica in here. So I'm just going to pop that in there. If you're doing a smaller mix, you could do this the same, but use a teaspoon. So for some of the other ones, I will use a teaspoon a bit later, but I know that I can keep this one in the container I'm going to use. So I'm going to carefully, very carefully, pour this, since it's in 5 litres. I do have some in smaller ones, but for this experiment, I thought I'd show you. So then you're going to start with 2 tablespoons of isopropyl. But you may want to add, which I think we're going to add 3 actually, because it depends how liquidy you want it, and you don't want it too thick, because then obviously it's not going to come through the sprayer. So I'm just going to get a paddle pop stick to mix it. So obviously we're just going to be mixing it around a bit. I'll pop my gloves on in a minute, but I'm obviously not touching anything. And you can see that how it's really liquidy. So just be careful that you don't spill it and make a big mess like I just did all over myself. Let me just clean this up. And I've got it everywhere, haven't I? But anyway, I'll pop some gloves on and let's get doing the next bit. All right, so I've got my gloves on, so we are ready. So now I'm going to show you what I do. So we'll leave the little fishy aside just for a moment. He can go down there. So now what I actually have is my little bottle here. I've taken off the lid and then use one of these. You can pop that in the top here just like that. And I'm going to move the camera because that's why I'm dropping everything. So all you're going to do is hold it in here. This one is a bit big, but this will actually just allow you to easily get it in there without dripping it everywhere. So just pour it into the top. And you can see it goes straight into the bottle without any issues at all. And we'll just take that back out now that it's all done. The only thing is make sure you get all that out. So you can see in the bottom, sometimes the mica sticks. So we will just like kind of pour any extras in. We'll try and get all the mica off the bottom. And I'm going to pop the lid on. So we'll pop that on there. I'll just wipe my hands a bit. I usually keep some Dettol, you know, just like the hand wash things aside. So that's all this is. It's just a Dettol one. And you want to just make sure that your container is not leaking as well. Some of these cheap containers do leak. So this one's looking pretty good. I've just given it a bit of a shake and it's pretty good. So before you even start, we obviously want to do just spray here first. So don't ruin your fishy, just in case. And we can see that colour's quite good, but keep mixing it because mica will settle on the bottom. So all we're going to do is literally spray him, as you can see here. Can you see how that gave those little horrible dots? Some of these cheap containers will do that. So this one I can see is going to be terrible for doing that. But you know what? He's a little fish, so I think he's actually going to look a bit cute with this like this anyway. I do have a better container that I'm probably going to use for the next one. So, but you know, this is trial and error, isn't it? And can you see the splashes on him? I mean, that's not making him look too beautiful, really. And just keep spraying it until you get the colour that you want. So I'm just going to give him a spray all round. And I actually like him not to be too crazy coloured everywhere as well. And this will also give you a real vibrant kind of fish as well. So let me show you. So that's basically what he's going to look like. Look how adorable he is. And I don't actually mind that he's not all orange. I mean, if you kept going, like so if you just sort of held him like this and sprayed him all around, I mean, of course you can make him totally and utterly orange. And this is why you would keep the gloves on. So if you have a look at him, he is really, really orange. So, yeah, if you prefer him to be like that, just pick him up in your hands and just, you know, like kind of spray him all around. But this would depend on, you know, how much mica you want to use. But it's isopropyl, remember, and the isopropyl will, you know, will start to evaporate a bit anyway, as we all know. But anyway, as you can see, so I'm going to get going with these ones. Then I'll clean up this and then we'll come back for the second bit. Messy business, hey? All right, everyone, I'm back again. So in my little containers here, I have a tiny drop, if you can see how small that is. That is polysorbate 80, just so I can disperse the dyes. Then in here, I have already started pre-mixing, but I thought I'll do it again just for, to show everyone. So in my bowl here, I've got, I'm going to be adding in, this is like 1/8 of a teaspoon. So we're going to be adding in 2 of these. This is going to be making up the black pupil of the fish eye. And then what we're going to be doing is a couple different colours, but I thought we'll mix up this one first. And then in here I do have my black dyes. I only use a tiny bit. I mean, you can see how small that bit is, and we're going to mix this in. So it will mix in with the alcohol. Don't stress that it won't. It will definitely mix in, and then we will come back with the paintbrush later. So we've done that one. We'll set that one aside. And then the next bit that we're going to actually do is some of this particular colour. So this is just a mica, and I'm just going to be doing a gold around the outside of his eye. So with Nemo, he does have a white eye, then he has a brown in the middle, and then he has the black pupil. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with this bit. So the same thing, it's basically just 1 portion of mica to 2 portions of rubbing alcohol or isopropyl. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit in here so that I can do this particular bit here. And I will show you exactly as I'm going to be doing it as well. I have a whole set of paintbrushes. This is just a standard little cheapy, you know, 50-cent not toothbrush, paintbrush. And so then I've just mixed that one up. So you can see that's all I've done, the same as the other one. So we'll just put these ones to the side. And if you can, just have a different paintbrush for each one so that you don't muddle up the colours as well. And like I just have a whole heap of brushes here. It's just easier if you keep a whole heap of them to the side, some thin and some bigger. And then, you know, just like I said, they're just tiny little cheapo brushes. I mean, you can buy a whole set, like 30 of them, probably for $5 or $6. And then all we're going to be doing is just holding him and painting as close as we can to his eye. So I'm going to just go and grab a little bit of white mica, because I don't actually have any at my bench. I must have forgotten that bit. So this one is just a tiny weeny bit of like a sparkle kind of mica, just to put on his eye. And this is a bit of a test, isn't it? I mean, you know, we'll just see how he all goes. Mix it all in. Like I said, don't do too much because we do want it to be good. I'm just going to grab another white. You can also put titanium in this as well. You know, if you want it really white, just add some of your titanium in. So I am just going to get some more white. I'll be back in a moment. All right, I'm back, everyone. So I have mixed in my white, if you can see it in there. It's a bit of sparkle as well as some titanium. So if you don't have white, just put some titanium in. Most people that make soap would probably have that. And then we've just got our little fishy here, and all we're going to be doing is just going around his little eye around the outside. And I'm sorry if I'm not showing you because I actually can't see what I'm doing with my bad eyesight. So yeah, you can see he's just got his little bit there. So we'll paint every one of these white, and then we will be on to the next bit. But you do need to let the white dry in between. And I'm just going to get a different kind of brush. But make sure that you don't put too much alcohol, because if you do, it'll be really watery and it won't actually show up. But like I said, I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll bring you back once it's dry, so you can see the next bit. But if you can see his little eye, how wide it is. And then, like I said, we need this to dry so then we can put the next colour on as well. All right, everyone, so I've done that bit here. So now let me just hold him nice and close so I can show you. And so now I do have this particular, the bronzy colour that we talked about before. And I think it's called coffee, actually, this colour. So all we're going to do is do that. So that, can you see how that makes him kind of come alive a bit? So we will do that to each of these. And then once we've done that, we're going to put the smallest, tiniest bit of black on top. So just kind of like dab it on top. And the white is the hardest because, you know, remember we've got this bright orange. And so it's really hard for the white to show up. Now, I know I've taken my gloves off, but the reason I took them off is it was impossible to hold him and they kept getting stuck. But normally I would definitely have them on. So, like I said, we'll continue doing each one of these. And they're going to be so adorable. I know my daughter, who is 12, well, she's actually just turned 13. I shouldn't say 12. She'll get upset with me because she's a teenager now. But she will fall in love with these, 100%. So look how cute he is. So now what we're going to be doing is, I do have my black, and remember this is a mixed dye. So this is my first test using this with a dye. So we'll see if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then all we're going to do here is we do have him, and we're just going to put the tiniest dot in his eye. So if you can see that, but I can see that that is no good. So I'm going to try and get, you can put charcoal on it as well for the black, or you can use a mica. So I'm going to just get the charcoal, and I'll be back in a moment and I'll show you that bit. All right, I'm back again. So I have mixed a little bit of charcoal into here. And remember, here's a clownfish. So generally they're going to have little black stripes along here. So what I'm going to do now is to show this tiny weeny bit. And then that is his little black eye. I mean, doesn't he look so cute? And then, of course, you know, around here we're going to be doing that. But I'm going to be adding a tiny bit of gold just to sparkle him up in a minute. So once again, like I said, you got his eye and just the tiniest little dot. I mean, that bit was too much, obviously. And we'll just keep going. And I'm going to show you something else. I'll fix the black eye in a minute. And so now what I've got in here is I do have a bit of gold in one of these, and I'm literally just going to give him a bit of a spray on his tail. Just a little bit, if you can just kind of see that. because I just think it looks cute on the end of his tail. So I'm just going to spray the end of their tails a little bit. And then I'm going to be spraying on a bit of, like I said, they're just the black. Sorry, not spraying, painting the little black, just so that he looks like a little clownfish. But this little gold bit is just going to give him a little bit of a sparkle. And who doesn't like a bit of gold? So now that that bit is done, let me get a better brush. And then I'm just literally going to be going along his back with the black. So this one here, we've done his eye. So then all we're going to be doing is literally going along, just painting. I mean, like, honestly, this is just like one of those little plaster painting things. So just paint along the edge of the little fish. And you can see there I started that. And sorry, I have to hold him up high because I actually can't see what I'm doing. But all it is, as you can see here, it's just like painting. I mean, just have a little bit on your brush like that. And just paint him. I mean, if you want, you can paint the bottom because the bottom's going to be boring, isn't it, and white. But I wouldn't bother. Seriously, I wouldn't bother. But he's going to look like the cutest clownfish. And I know this looks like a lot of effort, but once you get going, and if you do so many, like if I wasn't filming, honestly, I could probably do this in 10 minutes. And then literally I'm just going to keep going. So I will keep going and I'm just going to paint him as I go along. And then I promise I will bring him back and I will show you. But then I will come back and show you how I'm going to be doing the transfer on the other one. Like I said, the sort of the wine bottle, or I guess it's like a whiskey bottle. I'm actually on that one there. I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different because, you know, otherwise the center will look really boring. So I'm going to get like a little bit, make a transfer on my pre-cut machine, and then I will actually show you what I'm going to do. So I'll be back in a moment. Hey everyone, I'm back again. So I thought I would show you my little fish are totally done. Look how cute they look. So we'll leave them to the side. And now the next one that I'm going to be doing, actually let me move these ones right out the way so that I don't drop them or make a mess. And then these ones I've already painted. So these are going to be my little bottles. And so what I've actually done is I've sprayed these, but I've sprayed these with 3 different colors in the same bottle. So I've used like a green, an orange and a brown. And then I've made sure, so if you can see this one, see how it's kind of rough on the edges? I wanted it to look like a bit of an old kind of bottle. And then what I have is I've made a stencil on my pre-cut machine. So this is it here. So all I've done is just pulled out this bit of it. And I'm going to just pull the tape off, sit it on top, and then we will see what I can do. So I'm going to just move the camera and I will bring you in a little closer, and hopefully you can see exactly what I'm going to do. And fingers crossed, because I have not done this before with this one. So fingers crossed it's going to work. So we will see if it's going to work. So I'll just move these aside. And then I'm going to just do some like little gold sort of trims around the edge. So anyway, I'll move the camera like I said, and we'll go from there. All right, everyone, I'm back again. So now I do have a few little dragons. So I think this one here may be a bit big. And then I do have this one, which is smaller. So it's a pre-cut. And for those of you that don't know, pre-cut is just, it's basically like a little laser machine that cuts around perfectly for you. So that's what I've just done. And then I'm just literally going to peel this off. Obviously, it's not going to stick because it's a bath bomb. But, you know, it will sort of just give me a bit of a template. So all I'm going to do is literally just put it on top here. And I'll show you if you can see that. And then all I'm going to do is just see if I can like paint it. So I do have some green sort of paint in here, which this one is isopropyl once again, and it does have some green mica. I've got a little bit of neon green to give it this sort of Shrek color, and then I also do have some forest green. So literally I'm just going to hold this with my hand. Look, you could spray this, but I decided not to. I just thought, look, we'll see if it works. We'll just kind of dab around the edge just to see if it works. And obviously I'm holding it in place as well. But I sort of suggest that you just don't put heaps and heaps of paint on it, just in case, it kind of gets messy looking. But if I really hate it, I'll just paint over the top of it or spray it again. I've kept some extra spray, and so then I'm just going to pull that off, and it looks so cute as well. It's kind of like, it's meant to be a dragon, but I think it looks like a goat. But anyway, and so look how cute that looks, like so amazing. So I'm really happy with that. And then around the top here, I'll just do some gold and some more gold. But this will give you a bit of an idea, and if you have a Cricut machine, you can do it. Even if you don't, you could like maybe use a Stanley knife or something like that. Just do one that's more simple than that though. But you could do a unicorn, a fairy. I mean, honestly, it's endless, isn't it, what we can actually make with these things. So I always say it's just your creativity that, will make it amazing. I mean, the same as any of the other ones. You could do any of those kind of ones as well. So the only thing I'll do is I think afterwards, you just kind of got to clean that up because you don't want all this bit going on top. And so then once again, I'm just going to sort of try and hold it down with my finger, and then I will do all of these exactly the same. The only thing that I'll say too is you need your mixture to be thicker. So I made this a little thicker. I just put extra mica in so that I made sure it was nice and thick, because if it's too thin, I thought it would just run through the whole design and sort of destroy it a bit. But once again, you can see here, so that's my second one. So I will continue doing all of these ones. And once I have finished all of these, then I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to go around the top. I think maybe some gold, because, when you sort of get, a bottle, it's going to have, like those sort of gold bottle tops and things like that on it as well. So anyway, so that's why I thought I will do these, but I think it looks really, really cute. And I'm super impressed with myself thinking of doing this. I was thinking the other day, how am I going to do it without a stencil? And all the stencils are really big, and I needed something obviously real tiny because, that's basically its size. So it's quite small. So these are only about 2.5 centimeters across, I think is what I did with this one. And then I also did another one, which I'll show you. So then this is the other one, which is sort of like a leaf, but I put that on there and I thought it looked a bit silly being on a bottle. I thought that, this dragon goat kind of thing definitely looked a lot better on it. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll bring you back when I'm ready to paint the next bit. Hey everyone, I'm back again after a day of painting. So I thought I'd show you the ones that I've done, and then at the end I will show you the very end. So remember at the start we started doing our fish, so here he is looking absolutely sweet. I did decide to put some little gold on his fins and at the end because it is really important to make sure that you're not painting it exactly the same as something that is trademarked. So Nemo is a trademarked fish, so you definitely need to add differences on him, and that's what I've done with that one. And then I decided to do this. This is our stenciling bottle. I mean, look how cute these ones came up. Although I think I've just put my dirty finger on that. I'll fix that in a minute. But yeah, they came up really cute. I painted the end, and then of course our little dragon in the middle, and it really does look like a rustic kind of bottle, and it's in that delicious sort of apple and berry, and I get lots of men that love that scent as well, so they'll be really popular as well. But I just think they look absolutely great. I will I'll leave them for a few hours, and then I will actually wrap them all up as well. So at the end I will come back and just show you them all shrink wrapped and ready to go. So the last ones I've got to do is a few extras which I'll hand paint. And if I can give you any advice at the end, the one thing I'll say is this is a messy business. I mean, spraying them is messy if you're using the bottle. If you had a professional sprayer, I honestly think it would be much easier. But of course the bottle sometimes sprays out and whatever, and that's what you get. You get what you pay for. So I only got like a cheapy bottle, and of course that's what happened. But the result is really good if you can't afford an air sprayer, which or you just don't have one. But anyway, like I said, hopefully you've loved my video. If you think it's worthy of a thumbs up, make sure you give me one of those. But at the end, I will give you some media snapshots so that you can see exactly what they look like. And of course, the other ones, which is the tiny booties, a little bottle, and a few unicorns. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing, amazing day. And I will see you in a few days' time. Bye for now.